Scene script. A mysterious ferry arrives without a crew, only confused guests. What's waiting for them on the shore? Jessica greets guests, handing them dossiers with conflicting memories. Who are they really? Cagney and Lacey delve into a shared case, but their memories lead to conflict. What will they uncover? Jennifer Hart arrives, searching for Jonathan. His name is missing from every record. Where is he? Voiceover. As the guests disembark, they find themselves in a sprawling maze of corridors, each leading to a room filled with fragments of their past lives. Jessica guides them through, their dossiers in hand, but the maze seems to have a mind of its own, changing and shifting with each passing moment. Cagney and Lacey stumble upon a room filled with old case files, their shared history becoming even murkier. Jennifer Hart, meanwhile, finds a room filled with Jonathan's belongings, but the man himself is nowhere to be found. The labyrinth challenges their identities, their memories, their very sense of self. Will they find their way, or will they be lost in the labyrinth of lost identities? Voiceover. As we leave the labyrinth, we find ourselves in a dimly lit office. Cagney and Lacey sit across from each other, a single desk lamp illuminating the room. The case files they discovered in the labyrinth are spread out before them, each file a piece of their shared past, an unsolved mystery. They take turns reading the files out loud, their voices echoing in the still room. The tension rises as they start piecing together the puzzle, their shared memories colliding and intertwining. Disagreements surface, old wounds reopen, and their partnership is put to the test. Will they solve the case and mend their relationship, or will the investigation of their intertwined past lead to their downfall? Watch as our beloved detectives navigate their way through the murky waters of their shared history. Voiceover. As we leave Cagney and Lacey in their dim-lit office, another character enters our story. Jennifer Hart, a relentless investigator, steps into the limelight. She's on a mission to find Jonathan, a name missing from every record, a phantom, a shadow, a void in the matrix of memories. With each step Jennifer takes, the mystery deepens. Every stone she unturns, every lead she follows, ends up in a dead end. Jonathan seems to be a ghost, his existence erased from the records, his identity lost in the abyss of time. But Jennifer doesn't give up. She knows that the answer lies somewhere in the forgotten corners of the past, in the shadows of the labyrinth, and perhaps in the intertwined histories of Cagney and Lacey. As Jennifer delves deeper into the investigation, the lines between her mission and the detective's unresolved past begin to blur. Will Jennifer find Jonathan? And what secrets will her search unearth? Stay tuned as we follow Jennifer in her pursuit of the phantom. Voiceover. As we return to Jennifer, her relentless pursuit of the phantom known as Jonathan has led her to a dusty attic, filled with forgotten mementos and remnants of the past. The air is thick with a mixture of nostalgia and mystery. Amidst the clutter, something catches her eye. It's an old, faded photograph, showing a young man standing beside a sign that reads, "Ferry of Forgotten Memories." Could this be Jonathan? The resemblance is uncanny. Jennifer feels a surge of hope. She flips the photograph over, finding a cryptic message written on the back. Where identities are lost, memories are found. This cryptic clue is an echo of the labyrinth she has journeyed through. With renewed vigor, Jennifer decides to trace back to the ferry, hoping to uncover Jonathan's forgotten memories and perhaps his lost identity. The pursuit of the phantom suddenly seems more promising, as the past prepares to reveal its secrets. The question remains, will the ferry of forgotten memories lead Jennifer to Jonathan or into a deeper labyrinth of mysteries? The next chapter awaits. Voiceover. As Jennifer sets off on her journey back to the ferry of forgotten memories, we cut to a dimly lit room, the tension palpable. Enter detectives Cagney and Lacey, their faces stern, eyes locked in a silent battle of wills. It's clear they have different views on Jennifer's pursuit of Jonathan. Cagney, ever the skeptic, questions Lacey's faith in Jennifer's ability to solve the riddle. She's chasing a ghost, Lacey. We need to focus on solid leads, not cryptic messages and old photographs, he argues, his voice heavy with frustration. But Lacey, having seen Jennifer's determination firsthand, is not so easily swayed. Detectives stare each other down, their opinions on this unusual case clashing like titans. As the tension escalates, the question looms. Will their conflicting perspectives stifle the investigation, or will this confrontation lead to a breakthrough? Only time will tell. The next chapter will reveal the impact of this confrontation on the pursuit of the Phantom. Voiceover. As we leave the tense standoff between detectives Cagney and Lacey, we find ourselves back on the ferry of forgotten memories. The guests, previously at odds, are now huddled together, a newfound unity born from their shared confusion. The Phantom they have been chasing, the elusive Jonathan, is no longer just a figure from their past, but a puzzle that binds them together. A sudden realization dawns upon them. Their memories, as fractured and disparate as they seemed, were all pieces of a larger picture, a picture of Jonathan. "Could it be?" whispers Jennifer, her voice barely audible. The room falls silent, the only sound the dull hum of the ferry's engine and the soft lapping of the water against its hull. The others turn to look at her, their eyes wide with anticipation. Could it be that we all knew Jonathan, but in different ways? Could our conflicting memories be because we each knew a different side of him? The question hangs heavy in the air, echoing off the ferry's steel walls. This revelation could change everything. It could bring them closer to the truth, or it could send them spiraling further into the labyrinth of lost identities. As the ferry continues its journey, the guests brace themselves for the impact of this newfound truth. The next chapter will reveal how this revelation will shape their pursuit of the Phantom. Voiceover. As we return to detectives Cagney and Lacey, a sense of resolution fills the air. The tension that once hung heavy between them has dissipated, replaced by a newfound understanding. They stand side by side, their difference is no longer a source of conflict, but a driving force. They each bring something unique to the table, their diverse perspectives proving to be their greatest strength. "We've been looking at this all wrong," Cagney admits, his voice echoing through the dimly lit room. "Jonathan isn't just one person. He's a multitude of identities, each one known to a different person on this ferry." Lacey nods, her eyes alight with the glow of realization. "We've been trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, but Jonathan, he's not a square peg. He's a puzzle piece." As the words leave her lips, the pieces of the puzzle start falling into place. The labyrinth of lost identities, the intertwined past, the Phantom they've been chasing. It all leads back to Jonathan. And as they stand there, the truth finally within their grasp, they know they're on the verge of cracking the case. But the journey is far from over. The next chapter will reveal just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Voiceover. As the dust settles on the detective's revelation, the scene shifts to the quiet, unassuming figure of Jennifer, standing alone on the deck of the ferry. Her gaze is fixed on the horizon, but her mind is elsewhere, lost in the labyrinth of intertwined pasts. A silhouette emerges from the shadows, the elusive Jonathan. His multiple identities, once a source of confusion, now seem to blend seamlessly into one. "It's time, Jennifer," he says, his voice barely audible over the hum of the ferry's engine. Jennifer nods, her eyes reflecting the resolve in his. They've come a long way, their journey filled with forgotten memories, conflicting perspectives, and unseen truths. But now, it's time to leave it all behind. As they step off the ferry, hand in hand, they leave behind the mystery that once consumed them. But as the ferry fades into the distance, one can't help but wonder, is this truly the end, or just the beginning of another enigma? As our detectives watch them disappear, they realize their work is far from over,